All right, guys, disregard what you hear over here. I'm cooking breakfast for wifey. You may hear that, so just disregard the fan on the stove and the breakfast. But all the politics stuff, we're going to let it play out. I am done talking about the presidential election and politics, and I told you I'm not very good with politics, and I tend to offend a lot of people. A lot of people get pissed off, and they go, well, you know what, I'm unsubscribing from you, you Trump supporter. But I'm done with that. Look, don't be offended by that. Look, stop. We're joking. I'm done with all of that. We're going to get back to talking about law enforcement and public officials and accountability and transparency. We're back to talking about that. All this presidential stuff, let it play out. Whoever's going to get inaugurated in January, let him get inaugurated in January. We're here to talk about law enforcement and public officials who need to be accounted for. And some that need to be patted on the back. I do that too. But today we're going to talk about a police captain who made a boo-boo, or he did a no-no. And because of that, he tucked tail and ran. So again, what are your thoughts on posting on social media as a law enforcement officer? Can do it, not do it? See what they say. Thank you to ABC 3340 for this story. An Alabama police captain has resigned from his job after making political and potentially dangerous comments on Facebook referring to supporters of former Vice President Joe Biden. On his personal Facebook page, former Flomaton police captain Scott Walden reacted to a post critical of people who voted for Biden, saying they need to line up every one of them and put a bullet in their skull for treason. His comment was in response to a user writing, "The idiots that voted for Biden hated Trump enough to throw the country away. Thank the lying liberals and Democrats news media." Flomaton Mayor Dewey Bondurant said that Walden has been warned before. Bondurant said, "That's what I wanted to do to start with, but by law I can't. So I handled it by law. We put him on administrative leave, paid leave, but we took his gun and his shield." So he's basically saying he wanted to warn him again, and they were like, "No, you got to do something." So they put him on paid leave and took his gun and shield. Legally, the officer will be granted a hearing if he asks for one. All of his recent social media posts are now evidence and part of an internal investigation. Flomaton Police Chief Charles Thompson said the department holds officers' conduct to the highest standard and will continue to do so. Why do they always say that? Is that like a bumper sticker somewhere? We hold our officers to the highest standard. That's like a... That's got to be a bumper sticker. So that's got to be trained in the academy, because they always say that. I mean, quotes verbatim. We hold our officers to the highest standard. Well, what's the highest standard? Chief Thompson said evidence is being collected and an internal investigation is underway. On Friday, Walden submitted his resignation, according to the mayor. The full statement from the Flomaton Police Department reads, "The Flomaton Police Department treasures the community's trust, and that is achieved through transparency regarding public information. The Flomaton Police Department holds officers' conduct to the highest standard and will continue to do so. Copies of the comments and complaints have been acquired and retained for internal investigations. The outcome of the internal investigation is pending at the time and date of this press release. A new press release will be made available later on today's date." On November 5th, 2020, the Flomaton Police Department's social media platform began accruing multiple complaints in regards to a comment posted by a Flomaton police officer. Also, various emails and phone calls have been received by my office. Due to today's high call volume of complaints, callback has been extremely hard to conduct. I plan to contact all callers back. Okay, so let's put it all in a neat, tidy little box for you. So this police captain out of the Flomaton Police Department, who's been warned before for his social media outbursts, I guess, does another social media outburst with kind of a, I don't know if it was a threat or threatening, but they said it was potentially dangerous. Do you think there was danger there in what he said? But he can't be warned again by law, the mayor is told. So the mayor says, well, fine, take his gun and shield, put him on paid leave, and he resigns. I believe the reason he resigned is because he didn't want to get fired. He knew if he resigned, he could say, I just quit, and get a job as a cop somewhere else, posting on their Facebook page. But he didn't want to get fired. He didn't want to wait until the end of the internal investigation. They never do. They always resign. So what do you guys think about what I've said? Let me know in the comment section below. A copy of this will be in the link in the description box below. I need coffee and I need breakfast fast. Thank you for watching Community Leo Watch. Watching Leos, that's law enforcement officers, to include those posting on social media from coast to coast.